Hi, my beautiful souls. I've actually been sitting on this episode for a few days because what I learned after my MRI completely changed my understanding of this journey. When I walked into that appointment, I still believed I was investigating an almost 11 centimeter fibroid. And after 2 hours after I walked out, I learned something completely different. But let me take you back to that morning. Good morning, guys. I'm here a few minutes early for my MRI. And like I said, I'm going to document each step of the way. But first, before I go in, I'm going to take a moment and speak to my fibroid. It's right there. Thank you for carrying me this far. Today isn't about fear. Today is about understanding. Whatever we learn, I'll meet it one step at a time. I love you. I love this body. We've gone this far. I apologize for not acknowledging you then, but I acknowledge you now to learn about each other. Going into this, I'd never had an MRI before. My order said with and without contrast. And I was sitting there wondering, okay, what exactly does that entail? Well, I learned. Part of the MRI was done without contrast. And then came the IV. They placed an IV so contrast could be administered for additional imaging. So even the MRI itself became part of this whole, okay, Jenny, we're learning as we go. That was a hell of an experience. I've never done an MRI before. It was with contrast, with and without. Yeah, I've never been in that thing before. But 1 to 2 days until the results. And yeah, taking it lightly. Peace. And here's where everything changed. About 2 hours later, my MRI results came in. And the report said there is no evidence of a fibroid or polyp. I was speechless, surprised, and honestly, a little happy. But that happiness was immediately followed by, okay, then what in the world is this? Because instead, the MRI impression said adenomyosis and endometriosis. And it described multiple endometriomas, including one measuring approximately 10.5 centimeters. So suddenly, I had a whole new vocabulary to learn. The first internal reaction was actually that these diagnoses somehow felt less alarming to me than hearing large fibroid. And then I caught myself. Because what do I actually know yet? I can't decide something is better or worse simply because one diagnosis makes me feel less anxious. I have to understand it. What I'm learning so far is that a fibroid is a benign growth made primarily of uterine muscle and connective tissue. And adenomyosis involves tissue similar to the uterine lining being present within the muscular wall of the uterus. Endometriosis involves similar tissue outside the uterus, and an endometrioma is a cyst associated with the endometriosis. But I'm still learning what all of that means for me. And I've also realized that I want another medical perspective. My first OB-GYN was thorough and informative, but the environment and our interaction didn't give me the connection I personally need when I'm trusting someone with my body. I'm looking for someone knowledgeable, but also involved. Genuine. Someone willing to sit with me, answer my questions, and help me understand the different options available to me. And that's okay. Finding the right doctor is part of the journey too. So apparently, my fibroid journey isn't exactly a fibroid journey anymore. But I'm not going to go back and change episode 1 because that was the truth of what I knew then. This is the truth of what I know now. And as I learn more, I'll keep adjusting. I'm here for myself. I'm grounding myself through whatever feelings arise. And I'm figuring this out, pace by pace. My understanding changed. My commitment to myself didn't. Until next time, my beauties, start from within.